Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for watching. Alright you guys, so I'm going to start with my first project from the Dollar Tree. I picked up one of these ceramic candle holders. Now I already used the bottom piece for a previous video, but I just wanted to show you where I got this little cylinder wire thing. Dollar Tree does carry 3 different shapes. I'm using the circle one. Now I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree Nautical, oh my gosh, it's not nautical, some of the Dollar Tree jute twine, and I'm going to start by just tying it at the top. Then I'm going to just go all around the little cylinder making a zigzag pattern, and I am going to add hot glue. And this is how it looks with the first round. Now when I go for the second round, I'm going to just do it the opposite side so it makes like an X, and I'm going to add hot glue in most of them. And this is how it looks with the second round. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing. Honestly, I don't remember if I did this 4 times or 5 times. All I know is I went around it until I like how it looked. So once I was finished, I just cut it and then I tied it at the bottom. And that is basically it. Now there's different ways you can style this. The first one is putting it back on the ceramic piece that came with it, or the second one, like I will be doing, is using a Dollar Tree wood piece that I stain using the Waverly Antique Wax. Now you can use an LED light for this, or you can use a little light I'm using here is the little push-up light that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's a battery operated light. You can also add height to this using a Dollar Tree candle holder. And that is it for this lantern. I think it's so beautiful. It's honestly one of my favorite lanterns I've done. Before I move on, I do want to mention that this is part of the Twine It Up challenge hosted by Fanny by Creations by Favi, and this month's co-host is Antoinette from Simply Yet Cheap. Moving on to my second DIY, I will be using the Nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. Now this one right here is like a beige color. They do carry 2 different colors, this one and the regular brown Nautical rope. Now I'm going to just make circles out of these. I had cut a piece off of this one right here, so it's going to be a little bit smaller than the other one. Now Dollar Tree does carry 2 different sizes. This one right here is like the thicker one. Since these are thicker, they're so much easier to work with. I'm going to add glue all around it until I finish the rope. And this is how it looks. Now I'm going to make the other one. Once I am finished rolling it, this is how it looks. As you can see, they are 2 different sizes. Now I'm going to make 3 more, but this time I'm going to use this Nautical rope that I had. Now this one right here is from Ross. I got it a while back. Dollar Tree does carry the regular Nautical rope. It's just a little bit thicker than this one. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing by making the circle, but this time I'm going to start by doing it in my hands, and then I'm going to put a dot of hot glue on the mat and then keep going around it. Using this sure bonder mat is so much easier because all I do is just add glue directly on the mat and real close to the Nautical rope, and I just keep rolling until I get to the size that I like. And then I just peel it off the mat. This is going to be a wall decor, so once I had all of my 5 circles, I then arranged them how I wanted them to go. There's so many different ways you can arrange them. You don't have to overlap them like I am, but I thought this looks so beautiful. So that's why I left them like this. Now once I had how I liked them, I then used one of these Dollar Tree foam boards. Now as you can see, mine's all painted, but I am going to recycle this, so I'm going to place them back how I had them. and then I'm going to use a pencil to trace around them. This is going to make it so much easier, so when I remove them I can place them back where they were. Now I started with one of the brown circles and I glued the first, and then I moved to the beige one, the one that's gonna go right next to it, and I decided to go to the last one on the right because this is going to be at the bottom. Then the other one's going to overlap it, the other beige circle, and then I'm going to add the smaller circle in the middle. Now once I had all of them glued, I then cut them. Well, I cut the board and I use a box cutter to cut this. Since it is foam board, you can't use scissors. I just couldn't find my bigger scissors. As you can see, my little pink scissors are there. Now to hang this, I am going to put some jute twine in the back. And that is it for this beautiful boho wall decor. It's definitely one of my favorite ones. Moving on, I'm going to use some Dollar Tree nautical rope and this circle decor sign that I also got from the Dollar Tree. So this circle sign is the one that has the welcome and the marble and wood paper in the front. I did remove that, and then on the back I painted it white, then I went over it with the antique wax. I'm going to start by just gluing the nautical around the decor. As you can see, the first round I did glue it on the side, but then once I started going around it the second time, I glued it on the top. I will be going around it 4 times, and then I'm going to cut the little extra piece off. As you can tell, I will be making a tray. So I wanted this to have more details, so I decided to use this beautiful burlap trim that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then just glue this around it for the border. As you can see, I only got a little bit of the ribbon left over. I did want to make the handles with the same ribbon, so I opened a second pack. But if you don't have a second pack, you can always use the regular rope. With the leftover ribbon, I will be gluing it on the inside. Now this is going to make the border look more complete. And that is it for this decorative tray. Now you can use a lighter to burn the little fuzzies. So I hope you guys liked it. This is another of my favorite. For my next DIY, I'm going to use one of these little tubs. Now I got this from the dollar store. It was 2 for $1. And I'm going to use the canvas part from a Dollar Tree canvas. I turned the canvas around and then I just put it on the inside, and I wanted to make sure it was going to fit and was going to cover the entire inside. Once I knew it was, I then started to glue it, and I started with the center. Once I was done gluing the center, I then started to glue all the sides. Now, because this is a round tub, I did have to like fold some part in order for it to keep going round and round and cover the entire thing. When I was doing this, I actually had a laundry basket in mind. You know how the laundry baskets have this fabric on the inside? Well, I kind of wanted this to look something like that. So I did glue this too much to this side, so I did have to cut a little bit where the little handle is at, so like that I can make the handles. Now once I had that, I then glued the leftover on the other side, and this is how it looks. Now I know the outside looks a little bit horrible, but I am going to cover that up, and I'm starting with the handles. I'm going to tie a piece of the regular jute string and then just wrap it around the entire handle. Once I am finished with this side, I'm going to do the same thing to the other handle. And this is how it looks with both of the handles covered in jute twine. Now I'm going to cover the outside part using the regular nautical rope. Now, like I said, the one I'm using is from Ross. I got it a while back. You can use the one that Dollar Tree carries. And this is where I made the mistake to stop halfway and then finish using the other nautical rope. Now remember, the nautical rope was thick, so I did have to unthread it so I can use it, and it can be the same size as the one I have. So this almost didn't make it to the video because I found it so hard to explain how I managed to cover the entire thing using this white nautical rope. But once I got to the top part is where it started to get difficult because of the design of the little tub. Now I did have to like go like not around the whole thing, but like on it, but then you see. But anyways, I did cover the entire thing. I just had to do several little different ways to do it. Once I knew I was going to cover it, then I added hot glue. And I also had to go around the handle part, so it's gonna look funny. You'll see in a minute when I am done with this. So because I did this, it made it look a little bit bulkier on the edges of the handle, so I wasn't liking it. So what I decided to do to cover that was add some of the Dollar Tree little burlap trim. I added this on the ends of the handles to cover that white nautical rope, and it also made it blend in better. Once I was finished, I then used the leftover string that I had and just glue it all around the basket. The last thing I will be adding is a little nautical rope bow in the front, and that is it for this basket, guys. Now you can use this so many different ways. You can add greenery. I will be showing you that you can always use this in your bathroom by adding toilet paper inside or the little bath towels. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys like this little basket. It is pretty. It's not my favorite, but I think it looks pretty once you add stuff inside. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys have liked this video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and until next time, bye.